ordered to be released, why a Washington judge is letting a leading member of a hate group out of custody.
They knew how bad it could get before we did.
Because we were the first, we were really probably 2 to 3 weeks ahead.
A year later, hear from a community college among the first exposed to COVID.
A park plagued by crime. Today, the city clears out a homeless camp.
There's a lot of folks out there, myself included, who complain a lot about the situation, right?
The concrete steps one council member says the city needs to take for long-term solutions.
Federal authorities are on high alert tonight after receiving information that domestic extremist groups plan to take over the U.S. Capitol again. Welcome to King 5 News at 11. I'm Mark Wright.
I'm Joyce Taylor. The information comes at the same time a federal judge ruled an Auburn man accused of leading the Proud Boys into the Capitol January 6th will be released from jail pending his trial. King 5's Britt Moore joining us live. So, Britt, what are we learning about Ethan Nordean's release?
Well, Joyce, we know Ethan Nordean can go back home. He's been in custody here at the Federal Detention Center in SeaTac. Prosecutors argue that Nordean would be a flight risk, but the judge said there was evidence that didn't really convince him that he needed to be released from jail.
Exactly 1 month after his arrest, a federal judge rules that the man accused of leading the Proud Boys into the U.S. Capitol on January 6th can go home until his trial in D.C. Ethan Nordean is the so-called Sergeant of Arms of the Seattle chapter of the Proud Boys, which the FBI has designated as an extremist group with ties to white nationalism. Investigators say photos show Nordean in the Capitol building and near the front of the crowd that overwhelmed Capitol Police. He's charged with obstruction, violent entry, and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds. If convicted, he's facing more than 30 years in prison. Today, a federal judge ordered Nordean's release from the Federal Detention Center in SeaTac with conditions. He'll be restricted to his house. Firearms must be removed from his home, and he cannot travel. The black cloud of the deadly attack by Trump supporters on the U.S. Capitol still hovers as federal authorities step up security after receiving information about another possible plot to breach the Capitol tomorrow.
Possibility of a similar incident occurring in the current environment is a very clear and present danger.
National security officials testified in D.C. today about the failures that allowed the insurrection to happen. Lawmakers say that information paired with increased security could prevent another attack on the Capitol. Live in SeaTac tonight, Britt Moore, King 5 News.